red Komodo, camBLOCK adventure, mounted to the side of a car. Very happy with that, oh yeah!
What a wanker. Of course, this isn't the first time I've pulled this shit. A few years back, some mates and I created a MacGyver version of the one-shot camera car from Children of Men. We bought an old station wagon, cut a slot out of the roof and mounted my camBLOCK MoCo system upside down. We even figured out a way to quick release the camera off the MoCo, so at the end of the clip when the song crescendoed, we could follow the cast into the gig without any cuts. To control it all, I had to lie in the trunk in the fetal position, covered in skateboards and dirty clothes.
It's hot in here.
Holding a joystick in one hand that could pan, tilt, and also dolly when I rotated it, and a focus controller in the other hand. And like most of my shoots, not everything went perfectly. But geez, we got there in the end. If you want to see a more detailed breakdown of that clip, search for Filming in the Fetal Position in my YouTube channel. I'll put a link in the description to that, along with the original clip, which was for the song Sarah Mona Said by Mansfield legends Violent Soho. I was pretty sure that would be the last time I found myself in the boot of a car in the fetal position. Wrong! So the next step in the DIY vehicle rigging journey was just sheer foolishness on my part, as it so often is, and that was to shove an entire motion control slider system on the side of a car using suction cups. For that, I employed the camBLOCK Adventure system. This one's the baby brother to my bigger camBLOCK modular system. What I really love about this is you basically pull it out of the case like this, and all you have to do is just pull your rail wheels out like that, slide it onto the rail, add a timing belt, add a camera, and you're ready to go. It can do focus as well, so I think you can have one axis of lens control. And it's got a V-lock plate on the back, which has a D-tap, so you can power some accessories off it if you need to. And so the day before we were gonna leave for the clip, we had a crack at putting that on the side of the Prado. Let's have a quick look at that now. So, like absolute dickheads, we put the camBLOCK Adventure motion control system on the side of the car using suction cups because, I don't know, I don't value the gear that I own or something like that. Plus I'm a wanker and I just really like getting cool shots. So I've just programmed a move into the motion control and we're currently driving. Wilbur's got the wheel. So let's see whether we can execute a move while driving. Really could have used a circular polarizer here to knock out the window reflections. Anyway, the plan for the music video was to shoot the band with the windows down.
So far, so good. There's some understandable wobble in it, but a little bit of post-stabilization and Bob's your mother's brother. Might just speed that move up a little bit and see what happens. So I'm currently running at 1:1 scale. So the main thing that we're trying to see is whether the motors of the camBLOCK can handle the inertia of the movement of the car, so it's not going to slip on the timing belt or anything like that. So I'm just going to scale this move. Okay, and here we go. On the move. Oh, well, well, well. Hello. Oh, right, that was rapid positioning, and now it's running backwards. Oh, baby. Are you serious? This is going to work? What?
Originally, we'd planned to sit the motion control system on vibration isolators to try to take out some of that road movement, but we're already maxing out the payload capacity of the suction cups and it was starting to get the lens height a little bit higher than what we wanted. So we opted to just live with the natural bounce and vibration of the road. Our plan was also to shoot these scenes at 50 frames a second vari speed and have the lead singer perform to a sped up version of the track. I'm going to teach you all some super handy tricks for that real soon. So what you're seeing here is sped back up to 25 frames a second, so it's really a worst case scenario.
It's gonna work. So the camBLOCK gives me focus, so I don't have to worry about hooking that up. I'm also getting my wireless monitoring through the red control, so we don't have to worry about putting a Teradek on there, although we could off the battery that drives. There's a little mini V-lock that drives the camBLOCK brain. So it's a really neat little setup. It's just matte box, Komodo, a couple of Canon BP batteries on the back, and the Keystone cage holding it all together. I can't believe it worked.
In the tiny amount of time we had to put this rig together, we realised that if we could lift the MoCo tracks up off the Kupo right angle brackets enough so that the dolly wheels could travel over the brackets, it would open up a lot more options for framing and shot length. Thankfully, our grip mate Mick Smith had some spare aluminium box section and a drill press, so Wilbur and I got to work. Really, I'm only including these shots to make it look like I know how to do blokey stuff that doesn't involve keyframes and gigabytes. So I was pretty stoked with those results. There's definitely some bounce and natural road vibration in the shot, but because you're looking at the people in the car who are clearly traveling in a car, it's sort of excusable. Now, for various reasons, the car that we were going to use for the music video, which is a beautiful vintage Holden Kingswood, wasn't actually available in the end until the night before we had to leave on the shoot. So we had no way of testing this system on the car itself. We just had to hope for the best. Sure enough, we got to the remote dirt road 5 hours out of Brisbane, suction cupped the camBLOCK to the side of the car, started getting some great takes. Turned out that I had to once again crawl up into the fetal position in the trunk of the car in order to have enough proximity to the camBLOCK system to control it using Wi-Fi. Came up against a few little interesting niggles there, like the Komodo Wi-Fi seemed to conflict with the camBLOCK Wi-Fi, so if I'd been a little smarter and more prepared, I probably would have brought my own wireless router and established a master network that all the devices could join to as in infrastructure mode so that they could all be in the same environment without colliding with each other. So that's a little learning, I can't believe I just said learning, oh my God. That's a little tip that I've picked up for the future. And look, it was such a ballsy kind of move putting this massive system on the side of a car we hadn't even tested before that we were all very focused on suction cupping and strapping the shit out of this thing to the car to make sure it wouldn't go anywhere. Then when it came to putting the camera itself onto the motion control system, I don't know, I just had a massive brain fart at that point and impatient dickhead Dan took over and all I did was put 1/3/8 bolt up through the bottom of this plate into the camera. I don't think I really even tightened it that far. And as you'll see from this GoPro footage, as we drove on that dirt road, the vibrations slowly turned that screw in the wrong direction. And in the middle of a shot, the camera fell off the motion control. Stop! Holy fuck. Just fell off the side of a car going 60 kilometers an hour and it seems to have turned straight back on.
Whoa.
So as you can see here, it appears that the wooden camera Zipbox Pro took the brunt of yesterday's fall. Somehow the glimmer glass filter that was in the front survived with just a few scratches, while the 1.2 ND that was behind was completely shattered into a million pieces. The circular polarizer survived intact. The lens and the camera survived intact. It looks like there's almost no scratches on the camera itself. The batteries took a little bit of a beating when they hit the dirt and they popped off and the shot stopped rolling straight away. But because this is a crash cam, the shot survived. So yeah, look, I'm an idiot because I'm really impatient and I just wanted to get a shot. So I only put one bolt up through into the keystone cage. I could have done two, and that's what we did from then on. So look, I learned these lessons the hard way. But at the end of the day, we got the shot. And then we got a whole lot more because this thing survived after hitting the dirt at 60 miles an hour, 60 kilometers an hour. So look, thanks Komodo, thanks to all of the people who protected it, including the beautiful keystone cage, and we live to fight another day. That clip we're just putting the finishing touches on at the moment, so it should be out soon, and I'd love to be able to show you some of the shots from it because it really tells the story of this whole journey in no better way, but obviously can't release that material until the clip itself is out, so hopefully that'll be later this week or early next. So Operation Vehicle Moco I feel like was a raging success. Can't wait to show you those shots. Join us next time when we revisit rear tow hitch mounts, but in an upgraded fashion.